What is going on, guys? Before we get into this simulation, let's check out what happened in the last 7 years in the NBA. As we first look at the previous MVPs, we see that Luka Doncic really won it 4 years in a row, one with Golden State because he went to the Warriors, which is crazy, and we also see Cade Cunningham win one as he goes to the Pacers, Shai Alexander the most recent, and we go to the past champions. We left off with the Nuggets being the Heat. Right after that, Luka wins one with the Mavericks, Ja Morant wins one with the Grizzlies, Malcolm Brogdon, the Blazers somehow win one, and the past 3 champions were the Thunder, Bucks, and the Cavaliers. And how about Markelle Fultz, an NBA MVP of the finals, definitely a resurgence in his career. But now we're gonna go to the rosters and check out what they look like in year 2030. For the Bucks, Jaren Jackson and Kyrie Irving on Milwaukee, no Giannis there, as Kyrie is still an 87 overall, year 37, that is pretty impressive. The Bulls have Scottie Barnes, and Lonzo Ball was back, healthy, playing well. And so fellas, we're just gonna go over the rosters and simulate the postseason. This should definitely be a fun simulation. I love doing these future sims as well as the previous sims. And we go to the Boston Celtics. They're still honestly the same team. I'm not sure how they kept that quarter together with Brown, Tatum, and even Porzingis, as the Clippers have Cade Cunningham now. He's in 93 overall with Jalen Green, so that's a really good duo. Ja Morant still in Memphis at a 96 overall. He is one of the best players in the NBA in year 2030, and you might not see some of your favorite players in the NBA right now because players like LeBron James, Stephen Curry, Kevin Durant have all retired throughout this 7-year simulation. It's heartbreaking, but yes, they had to retire at some point. When LeBron retires, man, I'm gonna be so upset. However, we've witnessed greatness for the last 20 years. Anyways, we see the Knicks. How about Shaedon Sharpe at a 91 overall? And as we move on, we see the Lakers with Giannis Antetokounmpo at a 96 overall. He is in LA. That is pretty crazy. The Orlando Magic still have Franz Wagner. The Dallas Mavericks do not have Luka Doncic anymore. The Brooklyn Nets. And man, Luka had 4 MVPs, 1 championship though, as Jokic and Towns are on the Nuggets. Jokic still in Denver. The Pacers with Tyrese Halliburton, who is now one of the league's best players, and also Tyrese Maxey, one of the league's best players at a 91. And also let me know down below, how does your favorite team look in this simulation? As Zuka ended up going to the Toronto Raptors with Brandon Ingram as well. The Rockets are looking pretty good. I mean, their team has so many 80s. The Spurs are looking solid. A 96 overall in Victor Wembanyama. He is balling out, as Devin Booker is a top player in the league in 2030 at a 97. Shai Alexander, Chet Holmgren, Cooper Flag, Josh Giddey, all 90s above on the Thunder. I mean, that team is crazy. They end up getting Cooper Flag because they have those draft picks. They are just insanely stacked. As we see Donovan Mitchell in Minnesota, the Blazers, Sam is at an 86. Joel Embiid has decreased over the past couple of years. At age 35, he's only an 85 overall, as Anthony Edwards and LaMelo Ball on the same team in Golden State. That is pretty interesting. And as we simulate to the postseason, you're probably wondering, halftime, why is it 1 through 16 seeded? Well, over this simulation in the past 7 years, the rule was changed to make it 1 through 16, no conferences in the playoffs. And so this is the 2030 NBA playoff bracket, and we're going to do a simulation on NBA 2K24 with live games to see who would be the champion in the year 2030. So fellas, look over the bracket and comment down below right now which team do you think is going to win, because we're going to begin this simulation in the very first round. 16 teams, 1 champion. Who is it going to be? Well, without further ado, go grab your favorite snacks, sit down, relax, and let the madness begin. Fellas, we begin the postseason with a 2-point game in Detroit. It's the 1 vs 16 seed. Thunder up 3 games to nothing, so can they get the sweep? As the pump fake, the Pistons looking to force 5. Ivy is no good. And Oklahoma City has up by 2 with 35 seconds. They are looking for the dagger. It is Chet Holmgren. We are in the year 2030. It doesn't get any crazier than this. Holmgren gets him with a pump and blows the bunny, and the Pistons are still in this game, and Pascal Siakam bringing up the court. I still can't believe he's in Detroit. And now with 16 seconds, looking to tie the game or go for the lead. Ivy has it, the screen, gives up to Miles Turner. Turner with the mismatch, shot clock winding down, gives it up. Here is Dial, back to Ivy for the win. No, Thompson the rebound and puts it in the buzzer, but did it count? If this is good, we are headed to overtime, but we're gonna have to go to the replay. And what a chaotic ending in Detroit. It's either gonna be the season for the Pistons or overtime, as here we go with 0.1 second. The ball is still in his hands. Oh no, that's not gonna count. And then it's confirmed that the basket is no good, so the Pistons season will end in a heartbreak as the one-seeded Oklahoma City Thunder will knock off the Pistons in 4 games, sweeping their way on to the second round of the 2030 postseason. As now we go to Atlanta, it is going to be the Sacramento Kings over the Hawks here in a sweep as well. I thought Atlanta was going to win this series, but Zion Williamson and the Sacramento team will win it in 4 games as they're on the way to the second round of the playoffs. And now we're gonna head to Chicago. Bulls, Nets knotted at 117. Here is Walker for the lead. It's good. A game 5 where Chicago has a 3-1 series lead. Can they close it out, or can Brooklyn force a game 6? We've seen many teams come back from 3-1 deficits in the simulations. Can Brooklyn be one of them? As here is Brooklyn in the paint. They go out to Pete, and Pete is one of the better players in this league at this year, as he's gonna take a tough fadeaway and connects to tie the game. Pete! Oh man, he is a certified bucket. That was a difficult shot. And now Chicago with 20 seconds can hold the ball. About a 1 second difference between the game clock and shot clock. Bulls have a chance to win the series right here, right now. Brooklyn gets a stop. We're going to overtime. 9 seconds. The screen, will they use it? It's Claxton. Sets it. Here's Walker. Can he do it again? Yes, he can. Bulls with the lead, 3 seconds. Brooklyn, no timeouts. Full court shot. It's no good. Chicago's moving on. The Bulls are headed to the second round of the playoffs in year 2030 with a huge first series win against the Nets. And now off to New York, where this seems to be one of the biggest rivalries in the NBA. Cleveland against New York, and the Knicks this time will knock them off in 5 games. And guys, the Cavaliers, as we saw in the beginning of the video, have won a championship in the last 7 years, so this team is no easy one to beat. So how about Bronny James and the New York Knicks moving on? And now we're going to be headed to Houston, where the 2-seeded Rockets will knock out the Celtics in 5 games. I mean, oh man, what a shot that was. The shot making in year 2030 is ridiculous, as my Boston Celtics will go out in the first round, and the Houston Rockets, the 2 seed in the playoffs, advance on. Orlando and San Antonio battling it out in a game 6 where the Spurs are up by 2, and they're down in the series, however, 3 games to 2, so can they force 7? 37 seconds. Here is Franz Wagner. He is still on the Magic. The Magic have a screen. Wagner for the lead. Bang! Huge shot from Wagner quiets the crowd in San Antonio. And how about Wembanyama bringing up the ball here for the Spurs? He's still in San Antonio trying to keep the series alive to force 7. 1-on-1. Look at Wembanyama. It's too easy. Spurs have the lead with 21 seconds. And these fans, they are a little bit nervous because a shot here can end their season. And Wagner is one of the better players in the league. Will he take the shot for the win? Shot clock is off. 11 seconds. Here he goes. Nothing in the paint. Orlando looks out of sorts. Rose goes to Ben Simmons. That's Ben Simmons with 3 seconds. Simmons for the win. Oh, he got it. Ben Simmons finally has a jumper in the year 2030. Finally, he gets a jumper, and the Magic are gonna win the series off of Ben Simmons' mid-range shot. Unbelievable. That might be the most shocking thing in sports history. How about Ben Simmons getting his vengeance here? And the Spurs fans can't believe it. And guys, just to make sure, look at this Hall of Fame. It doesn't matter. Ben Simmons finally got a jumper, and the Magic are gonna win the series as Wembanyama dropped 30, bud. The story of this game is Ben Simmons, redemption mode. And now we are off to Denver, 143 to 125 for the Nuggets, as they will beat the Suns here in this 8-9 matchup. So for Denver, they win the series, but they have to go against the juggernaut Oklahoma City Thunder. And for Denver, how about that series win? They're still playing good, and Jokic is still balling out. 30 points, 10 assists on the night for the Joker. And in our last series of the first round, it will come down to a game 7 where the Wizards and the Jazz are tied at 113. It's the 5 vs 12 matchup. Can the Wizards get the upset as De'Aaron Fox misses the bunny? So 35 seconds. Utah looking to take the lead. Trae Young has it. Young, 1-on-1. Putting the moves on his defender. Step back. It's good. Trae Young, a huge shot. He's on Utah, and he gives the Jazz the lead. Timeout Wizards with their series and season on the line. And look at the bow from Trae Young. He's feeling it as Fox off the inbound draws two open as Kuzma, and he puts in the three. Washington with the lead with 20 seconds. A huge shot from Kyle Kuzma in this game 7. It's win or go home. Each team has to step up as Trae Young is with it. 13 seconds. Here we go. Young gives it to Booster and he scores. Jazz have the lead. No timeouts for Washington. Here is Fox looking to win the game in the series. Fox against Young. 4 seconds. Fox driving. Puts on the burner. It scores. Why didn't they double team Fox? Here is Young, it's good if it goes. It's off the mark, and the 12-seeded Wizards upset the 5-seeded Jazz here in Utah in one of the craziest finishes you'll see. Fox and Young go head-to-head, and what a battle it was. So a bunch of game winners there in that first round. It was nice to see because we had a couple simulations where we haven't seen that many game winners. But however, we are on to the second round of the 2030 NBA playoffs, and you see the matchups and the teams. It's definitely been a fun one so far. So without further ado, guys, we're getting to the simulation here in NBA 2K24 to see which teams will move on to the Final Four. So guys, let's keep it rolling. Here we go. Starting off the second round, and the Washington Wizards are on their way to the Final Four as they get a deep 3, and these Wizards fans are going crazy. I mean, they haven't seen their team play good in this long. As for the Chicago Bulls, their season will come to an end in the second round as De'Aaron Fox will knock off Lonzo Ball just like he did in college. And now off to Denver, the number 1 seeded Oklahoma City Thunder will sweep their way past the Nuggets, and man, this Thunder team is looking good. As for Jokic and this Nugget squad, their season will come to an end in the second round in a blowout as on goes SGA and Chet Holmgren. And we're off to Sacramento where the Kings will beat the 2-seeded Rockets. How about this? Upset here in Sacramento as Zion Williamson gets the bucket, and this Kings team is on a roll right now in this playoff simulation as they get the job done in a sweep. It wasn't even close, and the Kings will move on. And the last series of the second round will go to the Orlando Magic as they knock off the Knicks in 5 games. So Orlando with a great series win, 139-129, and Orlando is looking good in this simulation as we are now on to the Final Four. That second round had so many series go only to 4 games, 3 sweeps. How about that? So with 4 teams remaining, we have OKC, Washington, Orlando, and Sacramento. Did anybody have your predictions still intact? Because without further ado, it is time to simulate to see which 2 teams will make the NBA Finals in the year 2030. So guys, let's go. We head to Sacramento where the Magic and the Kings are tied at 111. However, Orlando has a 3-2 series lead, so can they win this series in 6 on the road? For Sacramento, looking to force 7. Harper the drive, 37 seconds, nothing there. Goes to Ben Simmons. Simmons has it. Shot clock winding down. Simmons takes the screen. Simmons with nothing. Ben's gonna have to put it up. 2 seconds. Wagner, hand in his face. No good. What a defensive possession there from the Sacramento Kings, and they have the ball, and that was just a bad possession there from Orlando. They didn't even go 2 for 1, as with 12 seconds the Kings have it, and they have Zion posted up in the paint. Will they go to him? No, they go to Sabonis. Now they're gonna go to Zion in the paint. Oh, look at the move. Williamson, it's good. What a basket from Zion. 2.4 seconds still. It is not over. Timeout Orlando. Looking to win this series and force overtime. Here we go. Magical inbound from the sideline. Looking around. Can't find anybody. Has to inbound. Simmons, can he do it again? Oh, it was too good to be true. However, this series is going to 7 as Ben Simmons misses a 3-pointer. Kings and Magic, how about this series? It ain't over yet. And the Sacramento Kings have came back from a 3-2 deficit to advance to the NBA Finals, and the Magic fans can't believe it. They felt like it was their chance, and for Orlando, their season's over, as the Kings will advance to the NBA Finals, winning this series in 7 games. What a big-time win for Sacramento. And now we go to the other side. It is a game 7 as well as Alexander the steal off the inbound. What are the Wizards doing? Shea scores! We're in overtime with 43 seconds, and the Thunder have a 2-point lead. Meanwhile, the 12-seeded Wizards have an opportunity to get the upset. Here is Fox going at Cooper Flag and will get fouled, so he goes to free throw line for 2 free throws. He has 22 points in the night, make it 23, but this one for the tie here in OKC, and he's got them both. And if the Wizards can pull this one off, man, what an upset it would be. As 33 seconds, Shea has the ball, going at Fox, going right to the rim and scores. He wasted no time, gets the 2 for 1, and with 30 seconds, the Wizards are down by 2 again. Fans on their feet in Oklahoma City. Here we go. Winner goes to the finals. Fox, oh, on the rack attack. Him and Alexander going at it. It's year 2030, and both these point guards are still one of the best. As the shot clock is off, 11 seconds. OKC a chance to win it. Who is gonna take the shot? You gotta figure Shea's gonna take it. The screen from Holmgren. Alexander draws 2. Opens Holmgren. Bang! OKC with 0.8 seconds. The full court shot's off in time, but it's no good. Thunder are going to the finals. OKC avoids the upset as Holmgren gets open and nails the game winner. You gotta give it up though for the Wizards. What a season they had, as these fans are going crazy. And so we are down to 2. We have the 1-seeded Oklahoma City Thunder versus 7-seeded Sacramento Kings. Zion Williamson versus Shea Alexander. Man, that Final Four was crazy though. Anyways, which team do you have winning, and did anybody predict this? As we're going to simulate the NBA Finals in year 2023 right now. So let's go. And we go to Sacramento. The Oklahoma City Thunder will take the series to the championship in 6 games, as they will beat the Kings 127-110 to win the championship in year 2030. And once again, 2K doesn't fix the celebration. Anyways, guys, did you predict OKC to win it? Because man, this team has been so good in the last 7 years on this simulation. Cooper Flag, Chet Holmgren, Josh Giddey, Shea Alexander, they are unstoppable. But guys, I hope you enjoyed this simulation. If you want to see me go 10 more years, let me know down below as the celebration continues here in Sacramento. I appreciate all your support. You guys are seriously the best. I read every single comment. And once again, I'll see you in the next 2K simulation. It is Halftime Productions. All of you are the greatest ever. And we out for today.